own bullhorn, Greg. Thank you. Hello. Thank you for being here, and thank you for allowing me to speak. There was a time when Idaho was a leader in pro-Second Amendment legislation, and we were the last frontier. We were the supporters of our federal and state constitutions. We protected our right to keep and bear arms. But last week, I was speaking with one of our state senators, and she was telling me that when she first took office a few years ago, pro-gun legislation was a matter of course. It was passed without much opposition. And that's really changed now, because last week there was a meeting of leaders in our state, and we were sitting around a table discussing which bills were going to be the most important. If we could only get one or two through, which ones would they be? What has happened to Idaho? We were leaders, and now we have to sit around a table and try to decide if we can pass one or two bills to protect our gun rights in this state. Let's make a system of priorities. And we had a national magazine rank our state only 32nd in the country for gun friendliness. It was after that article came out that I was contacted by Greg Pruitt and the Idaho Second Amendment Alliance. And Greg said to me, Alex, why are we only 32nd in the country? How can that be? Because we, the citizens of the state, we see ourselves as a pro-gun state. How can we improve it? And so we started talking about Idaho's Castle Doctrine. And I said, Greg, this is archaic. This is ambiguous. This does not protect gun owners. We need to improve this law. And Greg said, well, can you draft one? Sure. So we drafted a bill. And as soon as I provided that draft bill to Greg, we had Representative Brandon Hickson and State Senator Mark Hagedorn, who were behind it immediately. They said, we will support this bill. We want to protect the gun owners in this state. And last week, I was contacted by an NRA lobbyist who, when he was introducing himself to me, he said, Alex, this is everything we look for in a Castle Doctrine. We are going to back this bill, and we're going to do everything we can to get this passed for the gun owners in the state of Idaho. So, with you being here, and the people of the state telling your representatives and your senators that you want this bill passed, within a matter of months, it is possible that the state of Idaho will have the strongest Castle Doctrine in the country.
Nice! Woo! Yeah!
We don't want to be New York or Colorado or Connecticut.
No way.
And we can make Idaho the best state for gun owners, for gun dealers, and for gun manufacturers. Yes. The restriction on our right to carry on campuses in this state has to go. Law-abiding citizens who can own a firearm should be able to carry it open or concealed without having to go through government bureaucracy.
Yeah.
And as the president issues more and more executive actions and tries to do an end run around our Congress, Idaho should be the leader in passing laws that are going to protect the residents and citizens of this state. Last year we saw some states pass some absolutely horrible anti-gun laws. And we don't have time to go over all of those in detail at this gathering here. But I want you to remember what the federal government did, because they were not successful in passing Dianne Feinstein's assault weapons ban, but they did a lot of other things. The UN Small Arms Trade Treaty was signed, executive actions keep coming out, and most importantly, the president we have in office right now used the murder of children to stir up the media and create a frenzy and push liberal governors in other states to pass state laws that are restricting what we can own, what we can carry. This necklace that I'm wearing today was made for me by my friend who reloads ammunition. She has an ammunition company in Twin Falls. If I went to Washington, D.C. wearing this necklace, I would be arrested. That's no joke. Brass casings. The police officers in Washington, D.C. have orders to look for tourists who have empty brass casings and to arrest them for a crime. We can't let that happen in Idaho. And Idaho isn't a terrible state, but middle of the road isn't good enough. And last year, we didn't do good enough. And we're hoping to do better this year. Because if you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor.
Amen.
Amen. Nice job, Alex. Woo!
This is a great state, but we can make it better. And it would be great if after the end of this legislative session we could say hello to Idaho, Mr. President.
Yeah, now you're talking.